Testing, testing, one, two, three, testing, testing. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, James here. I hope you're having a good afternoon, good day on this day in in June, beginning of June. Oh, hope you're doing well. Uh, hope all is good. Well, what's been happening to me lately? Well, you know, um, after come from the festival, after come from the Black Expo, that was really something special. Uh, what else? Um, Other than that, it's been pretty good. Right now, I have a little issue with my apartment. You're probably thinking, what is the issue? Well, the issue is that it's kind of weird. Like the power went out, and, but I had lights on in different sections of my apartment. It was really strange. It was I don't know what to tell. It's kind of hard. I had lights in the bathroom. I had lights in the kitchen, but my main room, for some reason, the power keeps dying out. At first, I thought it was weird. I thought that the whole, when when your TV shut off, and your computer, and in my main room where my computer, my TV, all that, it went out. So what happened is, I think it's a different circuit. So it was weird. Like my bedroom it did knock out my bedroom. My bathroom was okay. My kitchen light seemed like it was okay. And even I had electrical. I was outside because we have electric where we live at, and it's an outlet right next to the where you come into your door. So that was working. But for some reason, the one particular main room keeps going out. And so I called first I thought it was the whole electric company. So I called the electric company, even though an electrical company never got back with me. I called the maintenance man. He came out. He tested it, and it's something about some kind of circuit, off the grid. It's really. I never saw something like that happen in my apartment. My last apartment, years ago, I had had a situation where it was like a 3-level getting in the tub. So the bathroom would go, whatever someone would flush their toilet. I don't know how in the world this happened. Their waste would come up through my bathtub. I don't know what kind of contractor that some of these apartment complexes be doing, but how is that that the main line between the sewage and your the running water, and you getting backup flow from someone else's waste? I don't know if it's from the toilet. I don't know if it's from the kitchen. I don't know if it's from the. It's really crazy. Anyway, yeah, that was my issue, and it kept on. And it's the same thing, once in a while, the weather would go out, and then it would do like some of these apartment communities do. Like if it's a storm, we'll have a blackout. And then one of the things, like when you stay inside like a multiplex, they have fire doors inside the hallway. So every time the it get a blackout or a power surge, boom, you hear the door shut, and then the hallways was like walking through a tomb because it gets so dark. Yeah, it was really interesting to I mean, it would go every once in a while. It would happen during the storms, but it's just that the power in some, I don't know what kind of circuits that they're using, and I was paying electric up there. So I wasn't too pleased about that. It's like every month, it's like every so many amount of months, boom, power goes out. You watching TV on your computer, and then you would uh, you, you know, it was just shut off. But it was like that's, and I'm kind of glad. Like where I stay at, one of the advantages is that there's less people. When it was up there, it was more people, more controversy. You get neighbors to management was off the hook, and it didn't have no peace and quiet. You had a neighbor below you. You had neighbors above you arguing, fighting with their girlfriends, wives, kids. People coming over bringing chaos from where they come from another side of town from. And it's like, damn, you can't get, it's like I think to some people, that's just normal. But some people don't want to live like that, man. Like there's sections of this, I've seen some people few people that came through here with that mindset. And they got rid of them. Like they got rid of the tenant. They traced back to the tenant was allowing these people coming off they just come out of nowhere, man. It's like they come to a place like where it's quiet and everybody is peaceful and they bring their chaos. They bring their crazy ass friends and family that just light it up. It's like, damn. It's like I wish they would go. Like there's certain sections of the area that people like around the city, people carry on like that, But it's like, man, it's like, but I try to avoid those sections. I lived in that area, and where the area where I lived at was really nice, but it's just the area was nice, but it's just the people. People just, because you got people from all walks of life. You got people that make good money, working good jobs, to the people that getting little to no income. So you got a mixture of both. Retirees, people on disability, they have mothers out there with children, you name it. Let me get up for a second. Let me get out here for a second. Let me check this out. So, yeah, so it's like mothers out here with some kids and they crazy baby daddies and shit, man. It's like, man, you don't even know what kind of people you living next door to. And don't judge a book by its cover. It's not one ethnic group. You think one ethnic group is better than ethnic group? No, it has nothing to do with which ethnic group raised the most cane. It's just it's an issue of poverty. That's all it is. Whether it's black or white, they got both crazy on both sides. Even some, even other folks, they get to carry on, man. And it's just like, man. But if you live out in an area where it's halfway decent, that's a blessing, man. I go on the outskirts sometimes just to get away from that environment, because I don't associate with that environment. I don't have people around me that associate with that environment. A few people that I stay connected to. But yeah. But every now and then, one slip through, and sometimes it could be a tenant, but sometimes it's the company that they have. Especially if they got kids or they got a friend that's on alcohol, substance abuse, just got out of jail, got a record and shit. I mean, it's just crazy. But yeah, that's one thing about apartment living. Whether he's low income, and I think that's why some places don't take according to income, because it's like it goes with the element. And this is what I've heard, because I've been in places, but you attract a certain type of element. Not saying that people who don't, but who's working environment, but that tenant, 9 times out of 10, they you ain't gonna pay over $1,000 to just to be on some bull crap. Anyway, yeah, yeah. Out here where I'm at right now, it's quiet right now. Um, every now and then, they get a little rowdy, sometimes with the fireworks, because I think I'm right behind a bowling alley. Then you get some people at night, there's some things you can't help find. Like recently, just people firing fireworks, so you get just to that, but it's like they sound so close. Um, Sometimes, you got the bar over here, people, but they ain't too loud. But just, and I hate sometimes going out that way, because like, man, these people, wow. I know we were in bar neighborhood, but you get all kind of people coming through, and they drunk, and they, they keep it down. They have a little action down there. About, I think it was last year, someone got shot. It's like a little, it's called, like a tavern, like it's like, damn, and it's like, to me, like a honky tonk bar. But, other folks go in there. But, I'm glad I'm not doing the bar life like I used to. Yeah. Because it's like, ain't nothing in there but some chaos and trouble. Cigarette smoke and beer and whatever. You know what the bar scene smell like. You go in the bar. You don't get that same smell. Smell like cigarettes. And, oh, man. Someone, basically, yeah, that's it. But anyway, yeah, the apartment living, it's interesting. Where you stay at matters. It's crazy. Where you live at, man, I can't stress enough. It sure count. It took a long time for me to get a nice apartment in a decent neighborhood. It's a semi-family, older people. I'm glad it's not a lot of younger people that just act crazy. Like they just act a buck wild. They had an incident one time with a neighbor, but they got it under control. This neighbor kept on letting the dog loose and stuff, and it bit a couple people, and they threatened it. A couple neighbors had to threaten to call the pound on it, so, because she was letting her dog run around with no leash on it, and this dog is vicious, going around biting people coming outside, and it's like they were right directly across from the establishment. Some people, I don't know, man, people, that's another thing that just kind of irks me. Some people, they know they got a dog that's not friendly. Don't let your dog, and it's not very obedient, don't take it out there without a chain. I can't stand when people do that. If you're going to be with your dog,